Uh, I am familiar with the fact that you have just heard a lecture and a very interesting at that. And another lecture imposition will not be very conducive to your evening. So I'm not going, I'm trying to keep it as short as possible. I think a discussion on FTA is better served if there are more questions and answers than a monologue or a unilateral conversation. Nevertheless, I recognize the diversity of this gathering, and recognizing that, I think it will be worthwhile for me to dwell upon some aspects of free trade agreements and the context in which free trade agreements need to be seen for you to be able to better appreciate the subject. In the last few years, particularly since 2009 or 10, and more particularly after 2014, the subject of free trade agreements came in for a very heavy controversial discussion, particularly driven from a perspective of development which has very adversely impacted India's economy. My take on this is that this was a completely uninformed perspective, largely driven by lobbies and by political establishments which saw a certain kind of flow of support for the manner in which they would like to see India's industry and businesses grow. And therefore, my task today would be primarily to speak about why free trade agreements are important, why they are relevant, and how India should proceed forward with its ambition of, whether you call it 5 trillion economy or whether you call it 7 trillion economy, 10 trillion economy. Different estimates have been presented by different government representatives from time to time. The one which officially I know is 5 trillion economy by 1925. So, and I think now it has been extended to 1930 or something, but I am very confused. So I don't want to dwell upon that. The limited point is to what extent a certain policy perspective or policy approach